Good evening, this is Billy Burnett on N.O.W. north of Watford FM. It's 30 years on from the day that Brian Lara broke the Test wicket record set by Sir Garfield Sobers. We've invited 3 cricket enthusiasts in to discuss the events of that remarkable day. Here with me are Patrick Kelly,
good evening,
member of the Queen's Park Cricket Club, Port of Spain, Trinidad. Charles Dunhill from the Old Medwalians in London.
A very good evening.
And Dave Hodge from Billericay in Essex.
Evening all.
You're all very welcome, and in the background you can hear that wonderful Calypso, Lash Dem Lara by Alexander the Great, written by himself and his sister within a few days of that remarkable achievement.
In Cantaro, watching old film of Sobers winning the Test.
Turning to you first, Charles, what did you make of it?
Well, when England started the 5th Test in 1994 in Antigua, they were fairly cock-a-hoop, having surprisingly just won a 208-run victory in Barbados. It was the 16th of April, and the West Indies were, surprisingly, 12 for 2 after only half an hour's play. It all looked fairly promising for England at that stage.
Did you want to say something, Patrick?
Yes, I was just about to say that prior to the Bridgetown match, which they won, deservedly, England were all out for 46 in their second innings back at the Queen's Park Oval. That is one of the beauties of the game of cricket. Almost anything can happen at any time.
A comment from you, Dave?
I agree, it was hammering, a bit like Skittles being knocked over, but let's get back to the 5th Test. The way I remember it is that by the end of that first day, West Indies were 274 for 3, thanks to Lara staying at the crease. The next day there was a bit of a buzz going around the ground that something quite special might be on the cards.
Indeed, there was a general feeling of anticipation in the air. Sobers had set up the target of 365 30 years before, and there was something in the air by the end of that second day.
Too right. By the end of that second day, Lara had taken his total to 320, while the team was now 502 for 4. Patrick again.
Well, on the 3rd day, Brian got up real early because he hadn't really had a good night's sleep, and he went for an early 9 holes of golf. I suppose he wanted to just clear his mind and not clutter it with thoughts of what might happen on the pitch today.
If I might just chip in here, I'm in touch with someone who knows blowers quite well.
That's Henry Blofeld.
Yeah, you're something like him too.
Yes, indeed. In fact, his father knew Ian Fleming quite well, and Fleming used his name for the arch-villain of the Bond films.
So I heard.
Anyway, Henry Blofeld told this chap that there were 4 commentators reporting on the match in 20-minute intervals.
Yeah, that's right. I remember Aggers, that's Jonathan Ague, and Henry, of course, but I can't remember who the others were. Christopher Martin Jenkins was one.
CMJ, yes.
And Richard Williams was the other one. He usually did a summary at the end of the day's play, but he was commentating as well on this match.
Well, now, here's the thing. They were all wondering as to who would be commentating at the moment when Lara might break the record. It would make whoever was commenting at the time a sort of enhanced persona in the eyes of the public.
Yeah, because every time the clip was played back, which might be for years, their voice would be heard around the cricketing world.
So, let's now hear the magic moment.
In the event, it turned out that CMJ had the honour of holding the microphone, and of course the moment that Lara equalled Sobers' figure of 365, there was an electric buzz all around the ground.
Yes, and as Chris Lewis bowled a bouncer, Lara hooked him for 4 and the place just erupted. Boy, if you see people and police all over that cricket field, it was unbelievable.
But surely the police were there to try and stop a pitch invasion happening.
No, sir. Police were jumping up and down with the rest of the crowd, and for 10 minutes or more, nothing was heard over the airs except whooping and bawling and shouting, and people playing any instrument they could find to make a rhythm.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Cheers, no probs. You're most welcome.
I enjoyed it.
Thanks to all the listeners out there on N.O.W. north of Watford FM. I'll leave you with the wonderful chorus from Lash Dem Lara to rise out.
Small, he have no fear of the ball. However they play the game, he hit left and right just the same, and lash them, lash them, lash them Lara. 300, lash them, lash them, lash them Lara.